Good day, and welcome to Afriplus News Channel, your trusted source for in-depth analysis and comprehensive coverage of African affairs. Today, we bring you a significant development from West Africa that carries serious implications for democracy and governance in the region. The United Nations has stepped in, urging President Goita to reverse the dissolution of all political parties in Mali and respect democratic norms. The message is clear. Before we begin, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to stay informed about critical updates like this one. Disclaimer: this video is for informational and educational purposes only. Afriplus News Channel does not support or promote violence, armed conflict, or hate speech of any kind. On May 13, 2025, Mali's military government, led by President Assimi Goita, announced the dissolution of all political parties in the country. This decision, broadcasted on state television, follows recommendations from a national conference held in April, which also proposed extending Goita's presidency by 5 years. In a viral video presented in a local language interpreted for international society says,
"In view of the results of the consultation of the nation's driving forces and the Malians established abroad during the national phase held in Bamako on 28 and 29/0. However, the persons in office in the insult are political and administrative of the state by virtue of one of a designation of a political party or organization of a political nature, may continue their mission without being able to claim their status as representatives of a political party or organization of a political nature. For the Melvin Singh Statute in the Council of Ministers Decree Article 1, the political parties and the organizations of a political nature are dissolved throughout the national territory. Article 2. By virtue of this decree, it is prescribed, among other things, the prohibition of all meetings of members of political parties, the prohibition on any person encouraging the assembly of the members of a dissolved political party, in particular, by consenting to the use of a room at his or her disposal or to the provision of any other means for political purposes, the prohibition of all activities as founder, president, director, or director of dissolved organizations, generally prohibiting any other political or political activity on the part of dissolved organizations. Article 3. Any violation of the provisions of the present in office of the decree exposes the perpetrators and accomplices to the sanctions provided for by the laws and regulations in force. Article 4. This decreases the Decree du Millennium Singh 0.30 OMPTRM of May 7, du Millennium Singh suspending the activities of political parties. Article 4.
The announcement has triggered widespread concern both within Mali and among the international community. In the days leading up to the decision, hundreds of Malians poured into the streets of Bamako, voicing strong opposition to the proposal and demanding multi-party election. These peaceful demonstrations were quickly followed by an order suspending all political activities nationwide, an act that many see as a calculated move to suppress dissent. Alarming reports of opposition figures being abducted have further intensified the situation. According to Human Rights Watch, Abba Al-Hussein, Secretary General of the Convergence for the Development of Mali, CODEM, and El Bachir Tayam, leader of the Yelema Party, were seized by unidentified men on May 8. These incidents raise serious concerns about the erosion of civil liberties and political freedom in Mali, a country already grappling with years of instability and violent insurgencies. The United
Nations has called on Malian government to immediately restore all political parties that have been banned in Mali, or else will face sanctions. Last week, Malian Military Council, as well as some civil society organizations, came together and unanimously agreed that the party system that is occurring in Mali for now is not the objective. That Mali should be a one-party system where the president should control and determine how the country is run so that it can facilitate growth and development and reduces administrative bottleneck. When Assimi Goita has announced that Mali has banned all political parties, it did not seem well in the head of United Nations members. So United Nations have given an ultimatum that they don't want to hear anything. Mali should immediately restore political parties and they allow them to carry out their activities, or else there will be sanctions. But I have a worry. People are dying in Gaza in their numbers. I've not heard the United Nations asking Israel to stop bombing Gaza or else. People are dying at the Mediterranean Sea. Migrants are having their boats sunk by Coast Guard. But I'm not hearing anything from the UN. Is the UN now more careful or better, well placed to know what Malians want? That the United Nations will have the temerity to ask Mali to return back to multi-party politics. As in what? As in who? So Mali does not have the sovereignty. Is this the United Nations that is preaching about sovereign state, that a state is sovereign, a state is sovereign? So Mali, which is a sovereign state, has sovereignly decided to abolish or suspend all political parties such that they can have a universal view, a uniform move about how Mali's growth and development will be. You are there saying that they should return to democracy. Was United Nations blind when election took place in Nigeria, when people were killed in their numbers? I did not hear United Nations suspending or sanctioning key stakeholders in Nigeria. When even the Nigeria election were told, and we watched it, how talks went to police station and they were announcing that if you are not, if you are Igbo, you will not vote here. If you are not voting Tinubu, you will not vote here. Where ballot boxes were snatched. So it's that kind of democracy that the United Nations want Mali to adopt. I did not see the United Nations intervene in the chaotic election that ever occurred in one of Nigeria's mafia and poorly organized election. The United Nations did not react. Now that Mali is on the right track, Burkina Faso is on the right track, Niger is on the right track, we are being told that they should declare, they should allow parties to run multi-party politics. Who has democracy helped? Who has democracy helped? They are seeing that the Malian government is not selling them their resources, so they want to bring in many people. They want to bring many people so that they can actually pass through the guise of multi-party politics, so that they will pour money onto these opposition parties and tell them that they should sell them their resources whenever, even in case they become the leading party. Assimi Goïta seemingly say no. No. There will not be any democracy in Mali for now.
Nations has called on Mali's interim president, Assimi Goïta, to immediately reverse the dissolution of political parties. The global body cited the importance of democratic governance, political inclusivity, and the protection of civil liberties as core reasons for its stance. But this raises an important and thought-provoking question. Why is the United Nations so deeply invested in political developments in African nations, particularly those rich in natural resources?
United Nations, you guys are not seeing what is happening in Cameroon, Ethiopia. You guys are not seeing what is going on in Uganda. You guys are not seeing what is going on in South Sudan. You guys keep talking about Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. What gives you guys the impetus to be ordering African leaders? Anyhow, you are urging him to reverse the decision he made. First citizen of Mali, you are ordering. Common UN chief ordering Assimi Goïta to do this, to do that. Who they give these people this morale here in Africa? Who they give them this morale? They are not talking what is going on in Cameroon. Ethiopia, so-called democracy. So Paul Biya is practicing democracy in Cameroon. South Sudan President Salva is practicing democracy in South Sudan. Museveni is practicing democracy in Uganda. Oh my goodness. I trust Asimi Goita. I trust these three wise men here in Africa. They can't control African leaders like before again, especially these three men. They can never. Let them face their countries. Let them leave Africa alone. We don't need Western democracy again here in Africa. Western democracy is not helping Africa.
While often appearing less proactive or delayed in addressing severe humanitarian crises and genocides occurring elsewhere around the globe. It's a question that echoes in the minds of many Africans. Time and again, we've seen swift statements and interventions from global powers and institutions when governance shifts occur in resource-rich African states, countries endowed with gold, uranium, lithium, oil, and other strategic minerals. Yet, in regions where brutal violence, ethnic cleansing, or refugee crises persist without such resources, global attention is often minimal or slow-moving. Is this a genuine commitment to human rights and democracy? Or is there a geopolitical interest at play, one that ensures continued access to Africa's abundant resources through the guise of international diplomacy? As African citizens and global observers, it is critical that we examine not only the actions of our own leaders but also the motivations of those who seek to influence them from abroad. We pose the question to you, our viewers. Do you believe the United Nations' concern for Mali's political direction is rooted purely in democratic principles? Or do you think there's more to the story, an intersection of power, minerals, and global control? Mali stands at a crossroads. The decisions taken today may echo across generations, not just within its borders but throughout the Sahel and across Africa. We'll continue to bring you the latest on this developing story, providing accurate, balanced, and thoughtful coverage. Thank you for watching Afriplus News Channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay ahead on the stories that matter. Until next time, stay alert, stay informed, and keep asking the questions that others are afraid to ask.